Brick fans, this is Dave from Brick 101, and today I'm going to show you how to build BrickHeadz of Scooby and Shaggy. Most of my how to build videos are based on specific requests I get from viewers. However, this one developed organically when I was working on designing a BrickHead of myself using the Go Brick Me set. I accidentally kind of built Shaggy in trying to build myself. I had paired a lime green shirt with some reddish pants and brown hair, and it kind of looked like Shaggy when it was supposed to look like me. So that got me thinking, it wouldn't be too hard to build Shaggy as a BrickHead. And once I had built Shaggy, I had to build Scooby to go with it. I'm really proud of how these turned out, especially Scooby. It was tricky to do a four-legged BrickHead character, but I think it turned out pretty well. So yeah, not a lot to say about Scooby and Shaggy. They're awesome. I loved Scooby-Doo growing up as a kid, so it's awesome to have these in BrickHeadz form. Let's get down to building. For Shaggy's legs, I'm using dark red. If you don't have these pieces in dark red, you could also try regular red or even brown. They both kind of work as a nice substitute. Starting on the bottom with a 1x2 black plate, then two dark red 1x2 plates. Build two of those for the legs. Connect them with a 2x4 plate in dark red, and then a 4x4 or two 2x4s in dark red for the top of the pants. Now most of these lime green parts I'm using came in the Go Brick Me set, so if you're not using them from that set for anything else, you can use them for Shaggy. So 1x4 plate across the front, then some 1x2 plates, and a 1x4 brick. To fill up the center, use some 2x2 bricks of any color, or even some 1x2 bricks. Again, I think these were leftovers from my Go Brick Me set. 1x4 brick in the front, some BrickHeadz bracket bricks on the side, 1x4 brick in the back, then a 1x4 plate in lime, a 1x2 plate in tan for the kind of neck of his shirt, and then here, since 1x1 plates in lime are super rare, I'm using tiles here, so that makes it a little less stable, but not too bad. Then a 2x2 in tan, some 1x2s in lime over those tiles, and a 2x4 to cover up the top. Then for the arms, I'm going to do 1x2 plate in tan plus the 1x2 plate with clip in tan, one of those on either side. And for the sleeves, 1x2 plate and tile in lime, one of those on each side. So now we've got a nice Shaggy body. Okay, now moving on to Shaggy's head. Gonna do a whole bunch of BrickHeadz bracket bricks all around. So some on the front, on the side, whoop, on the back. Lots of bracket bricks. Okay, so then you're going to take a BrickHead filler. So this is going to be 3 2x2 bricks of any shape or color and 1 2x2 plate. Do one of those as a 2x2 pink brain if you want to keep with the BrickHead standard, but doesn't really matter, just fills in the center. For the front, I'm going to start with a 1x2 to 1x2 bracket in black. This is to represent Shaggy's kind of scraggly chin hairs at the bottom of his face. Then do some tan corner plates and a 2x4 plate to fill up that layer. Then across that we'll do a 1x4, one of these 1x4 with two stud plates tile things, and a 2x4 tile across the top. And then of course the BrickHead eyes. Boop and boop. Okay, so I would have loved to maybe have this be the color of his hair, but actually if you look at models of Shaggy, these are always kind of black hairs as opposed to his brownish hair. Speaking of Shaggy's hair, so here's the official Shaggy minifigure. You'll notice that his hair color is a color that is referred to sometimes as nougat or medium dark flesh. There are not a lot of pieces in this color. It's been around since the Prince of Persia sets, so there are definitely a lot of pieces in this color, but not necessarily enough of the curvy pieces to do hair the right color. You could also maybe go to dark tan. That's a color that has a little more part selection in it, I think. The color I ended up doing was this dark orange color. And the reason I was able to do that is because I took apart my Black Widow BrickHead, because her hair is all this color, so there's lots of nice curvy pieces in that. Please take this moment to say your goodbyes to my Black Widow BrickHead. She was good while she lasted, but then I scavenged her for pieces. Sorry, Black Widow. Sorry, Scarlett Johansson. And you could also choose to make his hair just regular brown. Not the closest adaptation, but basically any of these hair colors would work for Shaggy. Okay, so the back of his head, gonna fill in a 4x4 area with plate however you have it. So some 1x4s and some 2x2s, and then a 2x4 area. So I've got two 2x2s going across like that, and then a bunch of these 2x2 curvy downward slopes. Just fill out that bump at the back of his hair. Now for the left side of the head, start with a 2x2 tile in tan, 1x2 plate in tan, then switch to your hair color. Again, I'm using dark orange here. A 1x4, a 1x3, and a 2x4. Thank you, Black Widow. And a cheese slope and tan for the ear sticking out. Then in our hair color, we'll do a 1x2, 1x2, and a 1x4, and a cheese slope right there. Then with a lot of curvy downward slopes, we'll do 1x2 here and here, a 2x2 here, some of which is on top of that tile, and some 2x2s up here. And the opposite side will be a mirror image, going a little bit quicker through the mirror image. 2x2 tile, 1x2 plate. Back here is some 1x2 curvy downward slopes with a 1x2 plate, a 1x3 plate, cheese slope for the ear, a 2x2 curvy with a 1x2 plate, and a cheese slope. And then this is a 2x4 plate, a 1x4 plate, and two 2x2 curvy downward slopes. So now we've got a chunk of Shaggy, top of his hair missing, which gives him a strange look, but definitely got some fun hair shape. Okay, now for the top hair piece, some 2x4 plates jutting out towards the front and covering up that spot there. Then this is another one of those 2x4s with a 1x4 and two 2x2 curvy downward slopes. So that's the third one you've theoretically built. Then here we'll do a 2x4 and a 1x4 plate. Then this is a 2x4 curvy downward slope. Again, I stole this directly from the top of Black Widow's hair. She had two, but we only need one for Shaggy. Then here, a 2x2 curvy downward slope, and some fun in the back here with some 1x2 curvy downward slopes and 1x1 plates. So like that. Then we'll do a 1x1 plate right there. And these last two curvy downward slopes curving out like that. That's kind of the stray pieces of hair that Shaggy always has sticking out. Sometimes I like this one better going back, but you can play around with how you like that to stick out, but I like this just a little bit more. Oh, and then for the front of his hair, you're gonna get a 1x4, a 1x3, a 1x2, and a 1x1, and range them like so. Boo-doo-doo-doo. And then just fit that on the front. So this is Shaggy. Zoinks! Scoob! Somebody built a giant statue of me! Wow, that's kinda creepy. Yeah, it's definitely creepy. Should we investigate? We should definitely investigate. Let's start in the kitchen. I agree. My tummy's rumbling. How do they ever get anything accomplished? Moving on to Scooby, this build is a little bit unusual for a BrickHead since Scooby has 4 legs. So the body is going to be different than most BrickHead bodies. We're going to start with 6 BrickHeadz bracket bricks, TM patent pending, and connect the front ones with a 1x4 brick and do the same with the back ones. So they'll be floating in air a little bit. And then here, going to take 2 2x4 plates in brown, some 1x2s, and connect through the bottom here. And then that gives us a nice space where we can put 2 2x2 bricks of any color, fit it in. Obviously you could also have just done this as a 2x4 brick and then done this as a 2x2 brick and 2 2x2 plates, but I was being different. Alright, now for the legs. Start with a 2x2 plate, put some brown cheese slopes on the front, then do a 1x1 tile and a 1x2 upward slope. Going to build 2 of those that are mirrored, so that will just flip the position of the tile and the upward slope. Those will connect on here and here. For the back leg, start again with a 2x2 plate, then do a 1x1 plate and a cheese slope, then a 2x2 upward slope, then some cheese slopes in brown and black, and again you'll make a mirror image of that for the other leg, so that's really just going to switch the positions of all the cheese slopes and connect them with a 1x4 tile. That looks a little weird, but it'll make sense later. Connect that on like that, so now you should have something that looks like this for the bottom. For the side, we'll do a 2x2 tile here, then a corner plate in brown right there, some curvy downward slopes here and here, another one here. Then to represent Scooby's spots on his side, do a black cheese slope. On the opposite side, we'll do what's mostly a mirror, so 2x2 tile, mirrored corner plate, do a brown upward slope, or downward slope, brown downward slope, a black slope, and then a brown cheese slope. So should kind of look like that going around. On the front, found this really great piece. It's a 3x4 curvy downward thing in brown. I think I stole this from some other BrickHead maybe, but works great on the front. If not, you could do some curvy downward slopes here, have that be like a 1x4 plate maybe with some tiles on top, and then for this level do a gold jumper plate 1x2, and then a light medium as your 1x1 tile for his collar tag, and then top it off with a 1x1 light medium as your tile for his collar tag. Be nice if we had the printing on here for the official Scooby-Doo. The only tile like this I could find printed was this one from the Superhero Girls set. So you could put that on there for just some indication of printing, but it doesn't really look like an S and a D, so it just kind of looks like a weird little face. So maybe don't do that. So now we just need to build his butt. Okay, for the back here, we're going to do some corner plates and a 1x4 plate. Connect those together with these nice 1x4 downward slopes. Actually put a 1x1 plate there first, and then we can do one of those as I mess everything up. Alright, other side, another 1x1 plate and a 1x4 curvy downward slope. In the center here, connect with a 2x2 curvy downward slope, and connect the center here with two 1x2 jumper plates. This isn't the most stable and solid, but it works. Okay, for the rest of it, take a new style headlight brick, 1x1 brick with stud on one side, curvy 1x2 downward slope, some 1x2 plates, two 1x1 plates, that is, then another curvy downward slope and 1x1 plates, one there this time, connect it like so, and connect those like that. Then flip all of that like this. You'll see this connects right down to that tile we had there before, so that becomes kind of the bottom of the haunch there. Got a nice little curve to his tail. It was about the best I could do at this size. This is kind of how his tail looks on the minifigure version. You'll also note that I'm doing this all in brown as opposed to the nougat or medium dark flesh color that Scooby actually is in minifigure form. That's because, again, most of these pieces I don't have in that color. But I think the brown works really well. Now to build the head. Start off with some of these light medium azure 2x4 plates, two of those, or 4x4 if it exists and you have it. Then we'll do our normal BrickHead bracket brick build-up, TM, registered mark. So 6 on the bottom, if they don't fly off, and 6 above that, like so. Aha. Okay, now down the center, 3 2x2 bricks and a 2x2 plate. Again, making one of them pink if you want to stick with BrickHead tradition. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now for the side of the head, you're going to do a 1x4 tile on each side, and fill in the bottom with either a 2x3 tile or 2x2 and a 1x2, whatever you've got to fill that space. Could do 2 1x3s. Same thing on both sides. Oh, no. This side leave a 2x2 space, and this side just leave a 1x1 space, so slightly different. On the back, just fill in the whole thing with tile, so some 2x4s work perfectly. For the top, I'm going to do some 1x4s across the front and the back, and then leave a 1x2 tile right there off center, so you've got kind of 6 studs over here and 6 studs over here. Now we'll do some quick sub-assemblies. 2x2 downward slope plus 1x2 cheese slope, 2 of those. Then some 1x3 downward curvy slopes with a 1x2 plate, 2 of those. And now this slope goes here, and this slope goes here to match it for the perky ear, and then this slope goes here, and this slope goes there to match it for the sideways out ear. I modeled this based, again, on the minifigure version of Scooby-Doo, where one ear is kind of perked up and open, and the other one's kind of bent over sideways. So it gives you that same kind of Scooby ears askew expression. Alright, now to give Scooby a face, start with a 2x4 plate, then a 1x4 and a 1x2, some cheese slopes, some BrickHeadz eyes, each side there. Then our good old friend, the 2x2 curvy downward slope. Add a 1x2 plate in the bottom. That will be the top of the face right there. For the bottom, start with a 2x2 brick, then some 1x2 downward slopes, one on each side, and then a 2x2 downward slope, and some cheese slopes, curving those in towards the main slope there. And for the nose, did a jumper plate. Then I have one of these little, what is this shape called? Then I have one of these small black sphere kind of ball joint end pieces. You could also just use a couple black round plates here if you don't have one of these, but I thought that made a nice little black nose at the end of Scooby's face. Alright, now to combine the head with the body, just plop it on like that, and you've got Scooby-Doo looking adorable, almost kind of like an oversized puppy. That's what's nice about the BrickHeadz form, is that it definitely makes things kind of smushed and cute looking. So everything's adorable. So now Scooby and Shaggy are ready to team up and solve a mystery. You'll notice that Scooby's maybe a little bit taller than Shaggy. It was hard to get all of the detail I wanted exactly to the BrickHeadz height, so Scooby's a little tall, but he is also a gigantic dog, so I don't think it's totally ridiculous for him to be that big.
Zoinks! Oh, geez, Scoob, now there's a big statue of you, too.
Wow, that's really weird. The rot rickens.
Yeah, I can barely understand you, but, this is definitely a mystery we can solve with the gang, right?
Right on row. We might have to wait till the next episode of Rickverse for this to be roved.
Brickverse? What's that? I've never been on it.
Well, Rel, maybe you will be. Maybe you will be.
That was really mysterious, Scoob. I really have no idea what's going on right now. Zoinks!
Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to Brick 101, and check out all our other how to build videos, including several other BrickHeadz how to build videos. I'm a BrickHeadz now! Whee!